Janeiro is the first international race, the first race outside of the United States here in the NICS. Zed in first, Sparks in second, Max in third, Ross in fourth. Two of the Volkswagen Lufthansa teammates take fifth and sixth. Let's get underway here. Backed by popular demand by increasing the track grip and reducing the drafting distance, racing is going to get a lot more fast and a lot more competitive. And look at the launch that Dorian Sparks has got. Ross got the same launch as Huckleberry as well, and they're all going to scoot their way past Zed. Through those two tight corners of the trapezoid, turns 1 and 2, 4. In turn 4, you really want to time that turn perfectly, because if you go too far to the inside, you're going to have to be punished by getting launched from other drivers onto the outside. And Morrissey Jr. wants to make contact with Brown, and Brown doesn't like that, and he tries to retaliate. 3 wide coming out of turn 4. It will be the 52 of Sparks, the 56 of Sparks who takes lap 1. If Sparks goes on to win this race, that would mean that all the Mason-Dixon Motorsports drivers will have very good seasons so far. You have Mine and Sparks who have won a race, and you have FPK who is the best driver to not win a race yet. Very tight racing going on here towards the back of the pack. Sorry, the cameras couldn't have been better. Looks like the 96 of FPK actually hit the wall. Very fast coming out of the turn. No incidents quite yet. Let's get back to the helicopter cab. You can see that's pretty clean for now. Oh no, it actually looks like the 70 of Martin had a bump on his hood. Let's see what happened. Yeah, you can see right here, it was coming out of turn 1. An incident happened between Cottle and Lorenzo. Martin gets into it, which slightly damages his hood. Boyd just does enough to avoid it. And another crash here, Berg into the tire wall. The 95 and the 77 barely avoid it. Here's the view from FPK. Looks like he already got into an incident with Callie Johnson. They both hit each other. That puts Johnson out of the picture. And then you can see here the crash between... Looks like Guy was the one who got the worst of it, but let's see what happened with the Campbell Lorenzo. Here is what happened with Lorenzo, and no surprise, 4 wide coming into turn 3 does not work well. He gets turned. Him and Cottle go for a bit of a spin, and they are both definitely out of this race. If you want to see how this all started, this actually started all by the 19 of Opsal turning into the 91 and the 40. Hopkins does a pretty good job at avoiding it, but a very, very big crash as we commonly see in the first opening laps at this track. Now on to lap 8. Sparks has led every lap so far. The fastest lap goes to Lieutenant Morrison Jr. Hopkins was probably the biggest benefitter from that crash, because now she's in 6th place and has no real competition to worry about. The last car in the top 10 is the 53 of Huckleberry, but that could be taken away from by Davenport. And now Huck's will get to take that 9th position away from Max, so they almost make contact. Good job from the 53 of holding on to that. The 21 of Callie Johnson has decided to keep racing on. A lot of drivers like Martin are a lap down. And I've been told by Martin's crew that don't even worry about pinning, the tires should be fine. Looks like the same thing's going to be said towards George Jordan as well. If both of these cars can keep their tires good until the end of this race, they might still settle for a top 15. But we will see. LGD is without a hood. There's your leader once again. The 88 of Topise Brown is in 3rd. Ron is having a very poor season, but his teammate can definitely turn it around at least. Ross, I believe, is 2nd in points and is probably the biggest threat to Levante Martin's current lead in the standings. If Martin and Ross meet, I guarantee you that he's not going to make it easy for Ross to win this race. Morrison Jr. and Brown, however, are in a very good positioning for 3rd. What can the 10 do from here? Is he even going to try to make a move now, or is he going to wait until pit stops? The pit window is usually between lap 13 and 15. But now we have the 21 of Callie Johnson that they have to worry about. Once Dorian sees the traffic, it could get very tricky here, and here it is. Easy for these 5 cars that you see to catch up. It looks like we have another crash here. We had a lot of smoke. Was there another crash that got involved here? We will see. Going through all the cars, we see it looks like the 52 of Jay Salter is very torn up. The 52 and the 22 made contact in lap 9, and both of them go out of this race. Very hard hit from both of them. Stevenson does an okay job at avoiding it. It's really just those two who got in the crash, but they are both definitely out for the rest of the race. Lap 12 now we have another crash between Hopkins and Mine and Max as well. Another crash. Here's what happened in this crash. Callie Johnson again gets turned, this time by Fontaine, who runs into the 83, and Mine has nothing he can do about that either. A lot of cars are taking themselves out of here, and Callie Johnson goes for a tumble. Rio has just been absolutely brutal. Definitely one of the most brutal tracks on schedule. Johnson is into the catch fence. Rada into 21, man. The 21 is not getting a break today. Let's see if any drivers do a decent job at dodging it. The one of Max gets hit. Callie Johnson's teammate gets hit. Callie Johnson, just hang on. Here on lap 14, Dorian Sparks is coming to pit, and so has the 39 of Ross. It's going to be a competition between Sparks, Ross, and Brown to see who can get out of the pits first. None of them have any issues going in, but Brown has got his tires first. I'm assuming they're going to take all 4. We will see. Oh no, Brown has decided to only take 2. They're all decided to only take 2, and it's going to be Sparks who comes out first. Ross in second, Brown in third. And here we go. This will make things interesting. The 70 of Martin, the current points leader, now is probably going to do everything he can to prevent the 39 from getting any more positions. He's racing alongside Sparks, but I guarantee you if you're Ross, that's the last person you want to see in front of you. This would even get more chance for cars such as the 10 and the 88 to try to make it competitive as well. Will Martin let Sparks go? It looks like Martin will. No, actually, Martin has gone past Sparks. He's probably the fastest car of the track at the moment. The fastest slot bonus does go to the 10 of Morrison Jr. Martin hasn't really got a chance to get that fastest slot bonus, to be fair, especially with his damaged car. His tires are probably decently worn at this point, but he's only pitted once, and because of that, he's at 17. Which is still better than the position he started in, so I would take this as a pretty good race for his standards. But the main battle here is between Ross and Sparks. One of the title favorites versus a driver who's looking to get Rookie of the Year. It's probably taken away from Berg. Martin Huck is very slow. Martin's going to let him go. And Martin sees Ross right behind him. And yes, he does. Martin goes to block for Ross. Ross goes into the inside, and Martin pulls off the block, and they almost make contact. This is just what I expected from a driver like Martin, not letting Ross get the win. He's hoping that Dorian Sparks can see it and take advantage, and he does. Dorian Sparks gets around Ross. And not only that, Ross is now significantly slower, did not get the line that he wanted to take, and now Topise Brown takes it away. Ross is now in third. Martin is probably going to nicely let Huckleberry and Martin go and keep on blocking Ross just in case he has to do it again. Now the question is here, is Huckleberry and Martin going to let Sparks go? Ross is going to try the inside lane. And now Brown goes for the cute swoop there. Martin is still pretty far ahead of the others. And now with Huckleberry, who blocked Brown, Jordan, and Ross. Ross had a very bad time trying to get to turn 1 there. And Morrison Jr. takes advantage. 3.5 laps to go. Looks like Martin and Huck are going to let Sparks go, but what's going to happen with Brown? Are the lap cars going to let Brown go as well, or are we going to have a very good race to the finish? Both of them going to the inside. Huck lets Brown go. Does Martin let Brown go? It looks like he will. Oh no, he goes out to block Brown, but I think it's just a way to make sure he doesn't get in contact with Sparks. I don't think he was doing that with Brown in mind. Now on to lap 18. He goes into the inside. And Brown's got that very, very good run. Coming out of turn 2, and Martin is going to let Brown go. Now we have a very good battle we can have for the rest of this race between Topise Brown and Dorian Sparks. Because now there's another lap car, two very slow cars. Salter and Deja Zeus Sparks has to worry about. That's just going to let Brown catch up. 2 to go here in Rio. The tricky trapezoid has taken a lot of victims. But one of these drivers has to win in the end, and who is it going to be? The 56 takes the inside. Brown got a very good run off of there, and look at that. Look at how much faster Brown is coming out of turn 2. He's going to be caught up with Sparks by the time they get into 4. Excellent driver from the 88. Coming out of turn 4 now. Now both of them have the lap traffic to deal with. For the second to last time, Dorian Sparks did not take the right move, and now it's going to be Topise Brown who takes the lead. There's still the lap cars to deal with, but the 88 is 1 lap away from getting the first win of his career. Ross has fallen back to the 4th position, thanks to the intentional blocking from Martin. But now it's between the 56 and the 88, and look at Dorian Sparks. It's not over yet. Look at the run that he got. Is he going to try to pass Topise Brown here? Going to the inside of 3. It looks like Sparks might take the lead back. Side by side coming into 2-3. Out of 4 for the very last time. Sparks is going to go for the dive bomb, but it won't be enough. Brown holds out to it. He could just pass, not even worry about Salter by the time they get to the line. And Topise Brown for Brock's Motorsports is going to get the first one of his career. And been a very, very dramatic last 5 laps.